everybody, my name is Sarah Devlin and welcome to this episode of the Pride Month Marathon, June 2018. So as you can see today, we're not doing a book review, we are doing a speed paint. I did the sketching out beforehand because I always feel when I try and do sketching while filming, I feel very rushed and I can't take enough time. So I just didn't film that and we're filming the inking right now. I'm using a .03 or just 03, I guess. Yeah, 03 Sakura Pigma Micron pen. Yeah, so I'm just sitting in the chair that you've been seeing for the past couple episodes, just inking, and the camera's just tilted differently. So yeah, if you're not familiar with this character, oh, there's me using a sewing pattern to get that straight edge because I wasn't going to get up and get my ruler. If you're not familiar with this character, this is Tracer. She is the kind of the title character for the, well, not title, but like their main character for the Overwatch video game and franchise, I suppose you could call it. She is canonically gay. So yeah, we're gonna paint her now. So one of her sayings, if you're wondering, is "Cheers, love," because she's British. Her name's Lena. So it's just been a kind of a joke in the community since they announced, not last Christmas, I believe it was the Christmas before last, that she had a girlfriend, to change it to "Queer's love." So that's what's written down at the bottom. This is actually kind of a redemption piece for me because I did a version of this last year and it didn't turn out very well. I really didn't like the way it looked, and I also messed up the lettering. I spelled "queers" wrong. Don't tell anybody. I'm such a bad member of the LGBT plus community. Ugh. So anyways, I just did a background wash, and I am now working on her skin tone. I am using a mix of Winsor & Newton student grade paints and field artist paints. The stuff that's already in the palette, you can see there, which I actually did a review to, I can leave a link to it, is the Winsor & Newton, and then there's a paint palette from field artists up off to the side that you can't see. And that's what I'm using. So yeah, I'm just working on painting that. The washi tape on the edges is just to make a white edge. I don't have any painter's tape, and I find that it doesn't stick too much if you let the paint dry first. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yeah. I really was very excited to keep working on this just because, like I said, it was kind of a redemption thing for me. And I really thought a lot about how I was going to paint this as I painted it. I think this is one of my technically, technique-wise, one of my best paintings. I'm not entirely happy with how her face turned out, but I feel like I have a lot more work to do learning how to draw people before I can be really happy with that. Also, I apologize for how much my head's getting in the way. I got really into it and kind of forgot. So as you can see, if you know the character, she's missing a few details on her coat, but I didn't want it to be overly detailed because I get really bogged down in details, especially like on clothing, and I feel like it stresses me out and it messes up the painting. It makes it, you know, not as nice as it could be. So yeah, I just kept layering the paints on until I could get a dark enough color. I felt like I was having a difficult time with the color. I felt like it wasn't as dark as I was used to, but I've been doing a lot with alcohol-based markers lately, and I feel like that has something to do with it because there's definitely a lot less layering to get up to a vivid color with those. They're more vivid from the start. And you can see I've started doing shadowing on her neck. I used blue for that, blue tones. I really like the blue shadows. And here I'm starting to do the orange of her goggles because her goggles are orange, but I realized I had forgotten to do her eyebrows and her eyes, so I kind of just went around them because I didn't want there to be an orange line. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I did decide at some point, kind of as I was painting, probably about now, that that this is supposed to be like a instant photo. That's why there's the white line along the bottom, because I was considering painting it a color and I just decided I didn't really like it. So yeah, it's kind of a like a snapshot, a Polaroid somebody took of her that instead of really autographing it, that's what they wrote on it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on here. And the two-finger salute is her, like, her standard or her trademark or whatever you want to call it. And I feel like I could have done better with the hands. I've been doing a lot of practicing of drawing hands lately, and they've been turning out really nice, but I feel like I kind of didn't do that well on these, but it's all right. So as you can see here, I totally messed up how eyes work. If you look, I know I'm painting the shadows right now, but if you look up at the eyes, I painted the pupils light brown and the irises aren't black. They are actually a very dark brown. But just looking at them, I thought they were black, and my brain's like, okay, that means we have to paint the pupils brown because the black parts aren't even painted, but it was just dark brown. So here I am going over the blue of the shadows a little bit more. Just to try and make it look less like somebody just put blue paint on her, but I wanted the shadow to be very obvious. And I'm adding red highlights to her hair because I was looking at some pictures online and her hair is definitely very red in tone. So I mixed brown with red to get the undercolor, and then I just put red on top. And I really don't like how her lips turned out either. I feel like I could have done better with that, but they're all right. They're not the worst lips I've ever drawn. And we're just kind of waiting now to see when I realize I messed up the eyes, because I realized at one point and fixed it. Don't worry, I didn't leave it like that. But as of this point, I'm still completely blissfully unaware. I'm just continuing with the shadows and the shading, just, you know, kind of working to my little heart's desire, trying to figure out which direction the shadows come from. I was really proud of the highlights in her hair too, because I usually forget to leave white areas. I just get so excited with painting that I just kind of go right into it, and then afterwards I'm like, crap, I forgot about the white areas that I need. So here I am filling in the lettering. I really wish that I knew how to do calligraphy and brush lettering. That would look really cool, but I just settled for some block lettering because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. And since purple is one of my favorite colors, I decided to use that. Really no other reason than that. And I'm darkening it here because I wanted it to be a really nice dark color. If you're wondering, I'm just using really cheap Walmart brushes. The blue ones are from Michaels. I don't remember the brand, but they're just student grade. And about here's where I decided that it was a Polaroid camera, because I was painting the that area a different shade of blue. I'm filling in her eyebrows now, and then I did. I'm trying to think, what else might you want to know? Oh, the paper. The paper is Strathmore paper. Right here's where I realized that I messed up. So I'm going over it in black, and then you can tell that the darker color is actually brown. I'm just glad I didn't paint her irises black. That wouldn't have been good. So yeah, I'm almost finished here. This painting took me nearly all day. It was probably the longest painting I've done, second to the pride flag I did last year, which you can find a picture of on Instagram. I'll link to that. But yeah, this is definitely my longest and most... Maybe, I don't know, I feel like it's definitely one of the longest paintings. I realized that as I was going over the orange here that it smeared a bit, but I fixed it, and I was kind of really sad to go over like the white highlights and the whites of her eyes with the orange, but it needed to, just because, you know, that was how there's, you know, orange plastic in front of her eyes. That's how it needed to be. Here I am doing more thick lines with an 05 pen, you know, just kind of going over it a couple times to make the lines really stand out. I kind of wanted almost like a comic booky feel, and without like ink and brushes and stuff, this was really the only way to do it. I really like how it turned out. I feel like it really kind of pulled it all together at the end. It's the first time I've done something like this, and I was a little bit nervous with how it would turn out, but I feel like it turned out really nice. And it kind of, there are a couple places where I made mistakes with the lining to begin with, so since the lines were thicker, it kind of covered that up, and I feel like it turned out really nicely. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I'm really proud of this painting. So let's see here. As I finish this up, let's see if I do anything else. Yeah. So this is the first speed paint of a queer character for this month. Oh, and I did decide to go around the edges. There's a little bit of agonizing on my part for that, trying to decide whether I should go around the edge or not. And I finally decided I would, just because of the white edge of the picture would blend with the white edge around it. So in the end I did, and I'm glad I did. I think it makes it look a lot more like one of those pictures. And that's it. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe for more Pride Month content, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!